Hello, hello, welcome. I am so excited to be here. I have been wanting to do this since I got back from Dallas, and the reality is that motherhood was calling me first, and I couldn't get here. And so now we're here, and I'm so glad that you have decided to listen. So I'm going to try really hard not to get out of the weeds here. Um, because I can do that because I'm excited and I have so much to talk about. And I've been on this journey for almost 10 years, and I feel like it only gets better and better every year. And I'm grateful for that because I think sometimes your career can have a standstill. And I definitely don't feel that. And so, first and foremost, my name is Kimberly Jensen. I love Jesus. I have a husband of 14 years named James, and I have four little kiddos, Avery, Carter, Hudson, and Brooks. They are 11, almost 10, 8, 6. So we are coming out of the crazy busy baby stage. And I have to say that I built this business when I had babies on the hips. And so I do well in chaos. I do well in not having a lot of time to myself and just putting things here. And I've only gotten better and better as time has gone on. So um, I have a degree in business management. I worked in hotels in my career. And then I moved into working for my church where I was a coordinator, or I was a director for outreach ministries. And what's kind of crazy is, in essence, all those outreach ministries were little entrepreneurs with the concept of obviously bringing glory to God. So it was really, it's funny how it's not all full circle because obviously they're not the same in any means, but managing multiple things, multiple streams of income, or multiple people has always kind of been what I've done. I really thought I would retire at my church, and obviously, like anything, people are people and stuff happens, and I ended up leaving that career. I had two kids. I didn't know I was pregnant with my third. I actually was, but I had just miscarried. And I went when I left in February of 2016. I didn't know that I would never go back to the working world. I really didn't think that would be possible for me. I had about almost a year earlier started I did join a network marketing company. I was a Beachbody coach for 8 years, and I loved it because it was in the baby phase. So when it came to wanting to get back to being healthy, I was 32 to 38 was roughly my years, or 30, somewhere around there. I'm not doing math, not my strong suit, but I was somewhere in those. So it was a constant battle of coming back from different pregnancies. And so Beachbody was fantastic, right? I was young. I didn't have hormone issues. I was just pumping out babies and pumping out programs, and the supplements worked. And it was for a really long time. It worked really, really well. And then I found myself in a place that I didn't want to be an all in. I didn't want to put all of my eggs in one basket. And um, I read a lot about being a Proverbs 31 woman. Actually, I have a book recommendation for you today. So all you get from me today, and that you never join me in any capacity. This book, ooh, I have the blur on just because I didn't know. Okay, well, I'm just gonna hold it here. Becoming the Woman God Wants Me to Be, a 90-day guide to living the Proverbs 31 life. Phenomenal book. There is some concepts that are a little old fashioned, if you will, but the majority of it is spot on. And it talks a lot about being a co-laborer with your spouse from home. And one of the biggest things she says is you want your home is the center of it all. It's not a place you go to escape or recover. Now, that might be the sake for your husband, but the mother is the flagship, right? She has to be she is the glue that holds it all together. And so when we decided to actually, we never really decided to have children. God, we just were pregnant, and then we were pregnant, and then we were pregnant. And not initially. We did struggle for a year, and then it all worked out. But I say that when we realized the cost of me working, and especially because we had moved over to this idea that we really liked working in the church setting, obviously the pay is much less in a church setting. I struggled from the minute I had to drop that kid off at childcare. It was so hard. And I kept thinking, like, how are we going to add more kids and more daycare costs and more, and there was just this pull all the time. Like, I want to be home, but I can't afford to be home, and all these things. And so when I first started Beachbody, sure, I had this grand idea, or I hoped that it would work into something where it would be full time. And then I was kind of forced to make that decision early on. And, in the end, God totally heard my heart and he brought me home. And I have been able to successfully build from home. But since then, I've only added more streams of income. So when I decided to add more streams of income, Beachbody is very adamant at the level that I was at. So the rank, if you will, you can bear with me here because maybe you're not into MLMs at all. The rank at which I was at locked me into, I was not allowed to be a part of any other MLM opportunity. And the truth of the matter is, even though I was sitting at the top of, at one point I was number 17 in their, 500,000 person puzzle, I wasn't making very much money. And the worst part is neither was my team. I was making enough to keep me home, but no one else on my team was. And that it never sat well for me. I wanted to be a team that everyone was succeeding. And the way that their comp plan was set up, it didn't add up. It didn't make sense. It didn't give opportunity to others to allow for that to happen. And so I had to kind of make that decision when it came down to, I didn't like being stuck in a box. I had other passions. I was really getting into the supplemental side of wellness, and it was during 2020, and I was really holistically looking to become non-toxic and get all the crappy cleaners out of my house and give my kids the right nutrition and everything that goes with that. And so when I started to look at those things, I found companies that I aligned with really well. But unfortunately, Beachbody locks you in. So even though I was no longer that rank, I was not allowed to do anything. And so I was like, I might as well go get a job in the corporate situation. I'm barely making, I can't even get a raise unless I recruit another 56 people, which is just silly. And I just felt like, what am I doing? I'm spinning my wheels. There's more for me. And so I started looking for other companies. And when I started looking for other companies, I obviously had some pretty specific things that I was looking for. I really was wanting to, I felt like there's got to be more out there. And wow, was I so impressed that there is. Because I knew that there was companies that would be more all-encompassing as I was aging, my hormones were changing. There was just so many different things. And so I was looking, what I wasn't looking for was a new shiny object. I noticed a trend in multi-level marketing companies, direct sales companies, early on that I could tell we were transitioning into a different era. Different companies were shutting down. There was lawsuits. There was, new and shiny they were getting binged with FDA things. And lo and behold, in the last like 3 months, huge brands went under: Beauty Counter, Saint Makeup, and the most recent Roden and Fields. But Q Science went through a or is in the thick of it. Modera is in the thick of it. And so there's all these companies that are, well, and structurally, you would have thought they were found. Even Young Living had a huge, just a huge rupture in their thing. And and now you could even say the same for Beachbody. And so I wasn't looking for shiny. I was looking for a place to be comfortable and be confident in what there was out there. So I got on the phone with a whole bunch of very familiar faces. These are faces that I had seen for the last 8 years in Beachbody world who had found themselves at a company. Clearly, they also were looking for what I was looking for. They were looking for 65 years of innovation. They were looking for history, right? Like Shaklee is the first multivitamin ever, first protein shake ever, first Earth Day product ever. We were the most clinically proven company in the world, and we get to say that. We have facts and patents and clinical studies to prove that. We are 100% carbon neutral, and our average customer length is over 20 years. There is no other MLM company out there that except for maybe Mary Kate, that you could say that about. So when I was looking, I 100% wanted to stay within health and wellness. That was a no-brainer for me. I am obsessed with helping women. I think that if I can help women live out bring their health, and see that is when they heal thyself, they are gaining so much in their lifestyle. We're not losing, we're not seeking a number on the scale. It's not what we're losing in weight, it's what we're gaining in life. And that was really, really important to me. So I knew health and wellness was the top priority. I just didn't exactly know what. So, other really great things about Shaklee, they go beyond organic. So a lot of people ask about that, like, how are you beyond organic? Because organic is decided by a certain, like, these qualities, right? Like these qualities make you get to say organic, but it's not really that much. And so there's a huge a whole bunch of other things that you can test so that you can be beyond organic. And that's what we are. We have over 142 clinical studies. We run 100,000 product quality tests annually. We focus on natural ingredients. We are free of obviously harmful chemicals. And of course, we exceed US pharmacopoeia standards for testing new botanicals by 3%. So we're the unicorn. And I can say that because there isn't anything else that's like that. And then, what we went and did is we created a comp plan that's also a unicorn. They made sure that we stood out in what we have to offer. And then we went ahead and made sure our comp plan matched. And the cool part is, what you're probably going to say is, well, Kim, I thought you didn't want to get stuck in a box. Well, I'm not. Shaklee allows you to build, to sell other things and build their team if that's something you desire. So you can, it's, obviously if you get to like a certain level, I would imagine, then that's going to take a precedent because you're going to be really like locked in. But you can always be an affiliate with anyone. And I really love that. And then we offer that for people too. Like if people want to make money and they want to earn incentives and they want to do those things, they don't need a team. And I think that that's a big chunk of this because people don't want to be reliant on other people. So if you just want to be able to sell and earn and win and get those, and be paid for what you are doing, then you have the capacity to do that. So a couple like really great things about our compensation plan. You get 30% off of all new purchases your new customer makes for the first 30 days. Okay. You also get paid on your own purchases. So any purchase you make, you are going to make a percentage of that as well. For every $500 purchased from new people, you get an extra $75 bonus. And then you can make anywhere from 10 to 40% on returning customers. And of course, that just depends on how much you sell. The more you sell, the higher your percentage. And then they have incredible quarterly incentives. Right now, I think I just locked in I'm not even going to try. It's like that really fun pot brand. The big stone, starts with the C, carrot. I can't remember. Anyway, last month I earned 2 different coolers, Yeti coolers. Sometimes one quarter I earned a trip to Scottsdale for me and my spouse. And these are like flights paid, y'all. It's everything here. If you earn our trip at the end of the year, you're getting your flight paid for. I can tell you, when I traveled with Beachbody, I had to pay, first I had to pay to like hold my spot. Then I had to pay for my flights and anything else. And where I sit in the company, they also pay for my driver. They make sure that I have gifts when I get checked in. I mean, it's such a, this company's been around for so long and they are so generous and they're so connected to helping you succeed at the pace that you want to, that you won't find anything else out there like that. And that's really what, that's really why I ended up here. There's 4 guys that all came from Beachbody that were such big influences in my life early on. And to see them here and now get to work with them one-on-one is one of the best. It's such a perk. It's such a blessing because if I need something, they are there. You're not 100, you're not 1 in 100,000. You're 1 in a couple thousand. And that makes the difference. That makes a big difference in the grand scheme of things. So that's kind of me and Shaklee. Obviously, we have over 300 products. I could go into the product side. I obviously have found I'm in the healthiest spot I've ever been in my life. Controlling my cortisol, keeping my hormones balanced. My gut is just like, Kim, hi, I love you. And I had gut issues for 20 years. I can't tell you how freeing it is to just like live. I didn't know you could just live. I really didn't. I thought I was going to be stuck for the rest of my life. We won't get into too more of that. And then we just like dropped these incredible jellyfish peptide Botox wands that are profoundly changing people's faces. So everything we do is so next level. Our CEO is trying me on finding a better CEO out there. And, when you sit down with him and you talk with him and he knows all the CEOs, he knows all the, there's a new, I was talking to him about something the other day when we were in, I don't remember, Austin, I think. And we were talking about this new company that just came out and he was like, yeah, their CEO isn't even allowed in our country. That company will not last. And I was like, see, these are the things people need to know, man. And I, of course, can't, I'm like mum to the word, but you have to be confident in where you decide to land. That's such a huge piece. And so, okay, so why should you land with me? Let's talk about that. So I have built obviously 2 very successful network marketing companies now, which is cool that I can say that. I don't know that I really thought that would be what I did, but here we are. And I've also now built 2 big Instagram accounts. So in January of 2023, I had a 55,000 Instagram account get stolen for ransom. They wanted 10 grand. Obviously, we're not going to pay 10 grand. So I actually started over, and it was like 3 weeks after I had just started Shaklee. So it was very interesting timing. And to be honest, I was I would be lying if I wasn't devastated because I thought it was really going to affect me. And I could not be more proud of the Instagram that I currently have that is, it's growing. It grows, quickly. And the best part about it is now I get to teach others on how to do that. And I think that pouring into other humans in whatever business they have. So if you decide that, like, okay, I'm not ready to join a company, but I want to grow, I want to be an affiliate, I have such an incredible training for you. Obviously, if you join my team, you're going to have free access to that training. But if you don't, I am committed as a mentor to helping you grow your business, whatever that is. Beachbody, why am I blanking on any other company? Plexus, Arbonne. There we go. There's three for you. I'm committed. I'm here. I've been doing this for a long time, and I love to help people create systems that work. If there's one thing I have learned, it is how to create a system so that your business will flow even in the chaos, right? Even in the wild parts. And I think that's become a really big chunk of what I want to do and what I want to do long term. And so that's kind of what you're going to get from me. We do, weekly huddles. We are, and that will grow because obviously there's, a weekly huddle with Shaklee. So there'll be like a 2-part to that. If you're on my team, of course, you get to stay for both. One will be connected to how, this is one of the biggest things is like, have you ever thought about the fact that we spend so much time on one app, right? Like maybe you're a Facebook person, maybe you're an Instagram person, maybe you are, I don't know, a TikTok person. It doesn't matter where you are. I'm going to teach you how to use all of them for your benefit so that you can grow over here and you can grow over here and that you can push this funnel to here and that you can offer this free resource that's going to bring in people here. And then you get this. That's what I've had such a great time doing over the course of this past year. And it just pumps me up to be able to help others see that their business doesn't have to stay stuck in one place. It doesn't have to stay stuck in the same thing, doing the exact same, wondering why that reel's not going, viral and wondering why your emails are falling short or wondering what do I do on Facebook? What do I do over here? What do I do over there? I can use Pinterest. I can use YouTube. I don't know any of these things. Like this is the fun part. And so I hope that that what you're getting from as me as your mentor, coach, ambassador is so much more than just a one-time thing. Because again, I have been in this for a long time and I am a system creator. That is what I do. I have 3 courses coming up that I will be creating on my own. They're more about motherhood and decluttering in your home and all that stuff. But I love helping women see that multiple streams is capable. You are capable of doing that. You are capable of bringing in extra income for your family, alleviating some of the burden from mine. Early on, we lived in Southern California. Now I live in South Carolina, which is so hard to say sometimes. I'm always like, I live in Southern Carolina. No, I used to live in Southern California and now I live in South Carolina. It was a must, right? Like I had to keep working. And so now to live somewhere where things are a little less priced, it's given our family a different level of it's allowing us to do things that we would not have been able to do otherwise. And so I'm excited to see where it goes. And I hope that I answered all your questions. Of course, if you wanted to get started, the course, actually, I don't know exactly. I think the course is $150 on my Stan store. To get started in Shaklee's business is $25. But then, of course, we get you, kind of your goods because you're going to want to try stuff and know what you love and what your what you're ready for. And if at any point, if you are someone who wants to leave a different company and you want to get on the phone with somebody from corporate like I did, then reply back from watching this video and let's get you on the phone, because I feel like hearing it and seeing it and almost tasting it will give you just an entirely different outlook on what we have to offer. So thanks again for being here. I appreciate you. I am excited that you're even taking this. And again, if you have any further questions about how I can assist, and even if you're on, another team in Shaklee and maybe you're a Lone Ranger, are looking to grow, that course would be a fantastic place to start. So have a fantastic day. And I look forward to hopefully meeting you and working with you soon. Bye.